What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
All right, this is another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with my guys, Marv Azan, Mike Molyneux. Little tidbit of information came out about this defensive coordinator position. So, guys, as we know, earlier in the year, the Patriots brought on Greg Schiano, Ohio State. I believe, was he at Rutgers at one point? Whatever. He was at Ohio State before. Brought him in to be the defensive coordinator, obviously replacing Flores, who is now down in Miami as the head coach. Things were okay. You know, there was some people didn't necessarily like Greg Schiano. I thought it was fine, whatever. You bring in the old guy. It was kind of surprising to me, but you knew it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. But then Greg Schiano leaves. So it was a really short-term thing. Really short-term thing. He's gone. And now we don't have a defensive coordinator here in New England. Bill Belichick is going to be your defensive coordinator, as we heard a couple days ago. He will be your defensive coordinator. He's going to be calling the plays at least to start the season. So, guys, the question here is this the right move for the Patriots to go into the season without a defensive coordinator and making Bill Belichick be the defensive coordinator? Michael, kick it off to you. What do you think?
I feel like for other teams, that may be a questionable move because for some teams, you may want your head coach to be, just exactly that, just the head coach who can dip in some offense, dip into some defense, dip into some special teams. You don't want your head coach kind of saying, let me just focus on one area and that, takes away from other aspects. But the thing with the Patriots, Tom Brady, what's going on, 19, 20 years in the NFL, whatever the case, whatever the number is. Josh McDaniels, a guy who's been a head coach in the league and has been with the Patriots and who many people feel probably is the heir apparent to the throne once Belichick is out the picture. Belichick does not really need to pay attention to anything offense and let McDaniels and Brady handle that. I have no problem with Belichick focusing in and taking over the defensive, coordinator position. That's who he's been throughout his career as a coach in the NFL. I think when he was with the Browns and the Jets, I believe, or the Giants, I forgot which New York team. He was the defensive coordinator, defensive coach with those teams. And I think even before this past season, I think in that same report that came out with him taking over as defensive coordinator, they said he still did a lot of work with the linemen, I believe, and even with the past two defensive coordinators in Flores and that dummy Patricia, everything had to go through Belichick.
Man, you hate him. You've taken a couple shots at him.
I think Patricia sucked when he was with the Patriots. They were still successful, great team, we all know, but I think Patricia sucked. But yeah, everything between Flores and Patricia had to go through Belichick before it can really, be really called and be set in stone. But I think it's great having Belichick kind of, in a sense, go back to his roots in a little bit and be the guy calling everything for the defense. I see no problem with it, and I think the Patriots will still find themselves having the same success without somebody having that official title for themselves.
All right, Marv, before we jump over to you guys, let me tell you that the Patriots Roundtable is powered by betonline.ag. The second season is underway in the NHL, and the Bruins are taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. It's just kind of a walk through the Stanley Cup Finals. So I guess this is going on right now. Confidence high, willing to place the wager, don't know where to start. There's only one place to get in on all this action. Grab the odds and allow the experts at betonline.ag to do the heavy lifting for you. Sports, live betting, virtual casino, you name it. Betonline.ag is CLNS Media's preferred sportsbook online. If you are feeling lucky and would like to support our podcast, go to clnsmedia.com/PatsRT and use promo code CLNS50 for that 50% sign-up bonus. That's CLNS50. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. Go online or use your mobile phone to sign up today at betonline.ag and try in-game live betting where you can participate with all the action with every single play. Use promo code CLNS50 for a 50% sign-up bonus. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. All right, Marv, we'll jump over to you. How do you feel about Bill Belichick being the defensive coordinator at least to start the season?
Not gonna lie to, excuse me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I'm not a big fan of this move. Bill Belichick already wears many hats as it is, being the head coach, obviously running operations of the team, and now having him mainly focused on doing play calls. Yes, I know he's done it before. He's done it back in 2001. He's done it back in 2010 and I believe 2011 as well. And to be honest, those teams defensively were not great. I believe in 2010, the team ranked in 25th in yards allowed. So, it's that doesn't bode well. I'm someone who believes you need different types of outlooks. Having Brian Flores last year was great. Someone who's a lot younger can bring in a different type of scheme into the defense and switch things up after having Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick style. You had someone who's still in the Patriots system but brought in a different type of flair. And I feel like the Patriots constantly need that. You need different heads in there to really switch things up defensively. And Bill Belichick, we all know how great he is at defense. Not saying he's going to do a terrible job, but if you have other heads in there, calling plays and switching up schemes, I think it bodes well for your defense. Having Bill Belichick's way constantly might hamper the team a little bit, just because he's playing so many roles on this team.
Yeah, look, I'm with you in the aspect that I wish Belichick was going to be the head coach so he could basically have a general overview on everything going on. And
Right.
he still will, obviously. He's not just going to be like, hey, Josh McDaniels, you handle everything on the offensive side. I'm just going to focus defensively. He's still going to have his hand in the offense. He's still going to be the same head coach. But the fact of the matter is, since he's going to be the defensive coordinator, he's going to have to focus more on the defense.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to take more time to focus on the defense. And in doing so, you're going to take away some of that Bill Belichick detail that goes on when he's running the offense, when he's helping be in charge of the offense, essentially. So I do think it helps. Mike, you brought up having Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady. If you didn't have those guys, it might be different. It might be a little harder to accept this because you got Josh McDaniels, who's been here forever now. And you're right, he's been a head coach in the league, not a successful one, but he's been a head coach in the league. He's been with the team forever. He knows how the offense works. He knows how Bill Belichick ticks. And then you have Tom Brady, obviously, back there as quarterback.
Exactly.
He's been here forever, obviously. So he knows how the offense is going to run too. So if this was maybe Jimmy Garoppolo, we'll even go with him. If this was Jimmy Garoppolo at this point, maybe I would feel a little bit worse about the situation because it would only be a couple years with him at this point. But no, it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to be 42, 41,
Yep.
42, 42 going into this next season. The guy knows what he's doing. There's no doubt about that at this point. So I'm not overly concerned about it. But, I mean, if we see the defense starting to falter a little bit or even the offense, a lot of people are going to be pointing at Belichick being the defensive coordinator.
Right.
Because that's going to be a storyline.
It goes straight into Bill Belichick's hand now because now you can't point fingers at Matt Patricia. You can't point fingers at Brian Flores. Whatever Bill Belichick sees, it's not like he has someone in his ear saying, no, we should switch it up. What's his name? Gerard Mayo's not going to tell Bill Belichick, no, let's do this. His son is not going to tell him, hey, Bill, let's switch it up. Bill Belichick is going to be talking to Bill Belichick. He's going to be the one calling the shots, which is good and bad at the same time. You need other people in your ear telling you, hey, we should do this instead of that. Because, different eyes see different things. Bill Belichick, we all know he's a genius, but it wouldn't hurt. You're not going to get...
Patricia's eyes sucked.
Jesus, he's a head coach, Mike. Have some respect.
How they do last year?
Now, for the future of the head coach, the defensive coordinator position for the Patriots, I've been thinking about this. So, Steve Belichick, obviously, he's still the safeties coach. I believe that's still his position with the team, unless they changed it. They brought in Greg Schiano, obviously not a young guy. He wasn't a long-term solution. He would have been here for maybe a couple years, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Do you guys think that Belichick's really trying to keep the door open so his son can be the defensive coordinator? This is my surprise question I was telling you guys about. But
does he have two sons with the organization?
I think he does, but Steve Belichick is the one who's going to be close to being old enough to be the defensive coordinator.
Why not?
Do you think he's leaving the door open so he's not going to hire a young guy to be the defensive coordinator?
I'm sure a lot of times in that Belichick household, they've had conversations of how far his son or both his sons want to take their coaching careers. And Steve Belichick has been there for a while. We've seen him on the sidelines for a number of years now. So he's probably trying to work his way up to be the next big name Belichick for the Patriots or in the NFL. So it could happen, and it could happen real soon. I don't think he might be too many years away from possibly stepping up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just something I felt. I feel it.
Bill Belichick's all about legacy. I feel like the reason he's still coaching right now is for, like you said, to mentor his sons, to show them the ropes of what it takes to be a head coach. And Nick, to say that he's not hiring any other coaches to leave room for his son, that can get tricky now. That can get real messy in an organization because you got to think about it. You're sitting here, this is the defending champs. This team won 6 Super Bowls, and you can't get yourself a defensive coordinator. It it puts a
That's what
question
I'm
mark
saying,
up there.
though.
Like,
They could.
why in the world do you not have a defensive coordinator in May?
I think
You
we're
know,
going down the right track.
You know the Patriots are weird though. They do things on their own accord. They don't really follow the regular method of teams. You know, any other team right now is saying we have our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach set in stone, no question about it. The Patriots have always been on some kind of funny business with the team, with the players, the depth chart, with the personnel, the coaching staff. They've always been on some funny agenda, and then still managed to be successful at the end of the year. So I don't. It's tough to really question this organization. If this is any other organization, these questions very valid. But with the Patriots, what more can you say? I don't even know.
And we'll wrap it up with this, okay? Belichick, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. He deserves it. I'm sure he's very arrogant with all of his success that he's had over the years. He probably thinks that he can do this just fine. Be a defensive coordinator. I'll dominate
Of
being
course.
defensive coordinator, and the Patriots will still be the Patriots. I bet you he believes that, which honestly, they probably can. Mike, I mean, you just said it. They've been successful for so long. Like
Yeah.
we've said it multiple times on the show. At this point, like, what are we gonna say? What are we gonna say? We can't. All right, guys, that is it for the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. Again, Nick Qualia, Marvazon, Mike Molino. Guys, follow us on Twitter. A little things probably already popped up at some point through the show. And yeah, I guess we'll talk to you next week, huh? CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable, Nick Qualia, Marvazon, Mike Molino. Guys, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.